Just get out now.
He always laughs.
That's it. We got
Did you laugh as well?
We're back. Last time it was Jack first.
Try not to swear as well, but if you do,
That was Jack
happens.
again.
Yeah, depends how you swear for a minute in.
Yeah.
Who did?
Jack.
You and Jaden swear.
He came out with
Is it recording here? Okay, probably is fine. Hi, and welcome back to the relegation battle. We're back with the lads, so let's get out here.
He said lads.
I didn't know I was call you guys. Actually, I'll introduce now as well.
It don't matter, you can end it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
You just stop laughing, Tom.
Let's get it all out now.
Oh, you dumb.
It's actually Tom.
I just saw both of you laugh on my fuck.
I just dial as well.
Because I saw he smart. He started smiting. He started going.
Alright,
Right.
that's it. This is the one. This is the one. Third time lucky.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Relegation Battle. We're here with everyone again, and newcomer now as well, Liverpool fans, get a new perspective on this week's show. So since we were last time we were here, I think Liverpool were putting behind City, or 4 points ahead.
4 points ahead, yeah.
United were like battling for with Watford for Europa League spot, and all of a sudden we got United trying to fit top 4 quite comfortably. Liverpool are looking comfortable, 7 points ahead right now with City with a game in hand. Jack, what's changed with Ollie?
Everything. The whole team, the morale. Under Mourinho, it was defensive, but now it's coming a new spring of life. Everyone's attacking. So yesterday, we can hold out a result, but also we can go on a counter-attack like we couldn't do under Mourinho. Mourinho was not defensive, but we didn't have the defensive capabilities to be defensive. That's why we were so poor. But I think Ole's come in and started attacking, so that's what our main asset is, attacking, so it's much better.
I mean, obviously De Gea made those 11 saves yesterday, also still a big part of the United squad. And with Ollie coming out and saying he's not going to sign anyone in this window, does that worry you, like defensively, as do you think Phil Jones is going to be like the focal point of your defence?
I think our defence is good enough to beat the smaller teams, but it's when you're against the bigger teams that, like, as you can see, if it wasn't for De Gea, we probably would have lost like 4-5-1 yesterday. So I think we do need people to come in January, mainly a centre-back, just to partner Lindelof, because Lindelof's been really good. Phil Jones was still dodgy at times yesterday. I think he face-planted the floor a couple of times as well. So we're still dodgy in that aspect, but I think it's kind of like Sir Alex's last season. If we can score more than we concede, we should be alright.
Question I'm going to ask you guys is from an unbiased view. Obviously United fans right now we're thinking, okay, players are performing, it's all good. But what I understand is, how do players go from battling for 7th with Watford and Leicester to overnight going to top 4 candidates? Like, that's not sure it was all Mourinho's fault, or the players just not performing for them?
I'd say Mourinho, because I think it's players as well, because I feel like when a manager has like a negative sort of approach to a team, it can come an effect on the players. They should play to their maximum no matter what, but if they feel like it's the wrong thing for the club and what they want to do, it will affect them and they won't put as much effort. So if you see change, you will see a change in them as well.
I think he has an ego problem as well, Mourinho. He just seems to think he's bigger than everyone else. If he's bigger than the best player, stupid.
The thing with like Pogba, like, he's obviously doing fantastic now, but until that December period, literally the day after Mourinho got sacked, until then he just wasn't like looking at the world class player he is, because we all know he is from the World Cup and now what he's showing. So there's that controversy with Sanchez that came out saying, I think he had a bit of Rojo saying that he can outlast Mourinho, Martial, Rashford, like all these players are suddenly doing well. Say if this was Liverpool, instead of like Pogba, it was like Salah, Firmino, Mane. Say if they weren't performing for the club, instead they're just performing for themselves, would you want them to stay at your club?
Well, yeah, to be honest. But I think with Pogba, Mourinho was constricting him. He wasn't letting him be creative, as Pogba is creative and he's a presence. You want to use that as your advantage, not as they're using Pogba as like more defensively than more attacking, where his abilities are more known. That's why I think he's not been performing well.
I understand like Mourinho's ego part as well, but I feel like if the players aren't going to perform for the badge, aren't going to perform for the club, for the fans, they just shouldn't stay at the club. Like Mourinho's the manager, you've got to listen to him. I do think the players underperform for him. Okay, Mourinho's tactics aren't offensively the most exciting. We can all agree on that. But I do think the players could have done better for him. I don't think they're putting in the all I don't think they wanted to defend for him. Personally, I don't think I would want that person at my club.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when tactics aren't working, players just say, what's the point?
Remember, we're seeing it from an every week, Sunday, Saturday thing, whereas the players see it every day on the training pitch.
Exactly.
So it's going to affect them a lot more than you believe, because they're having it every day.
Yeah.
So.
And let's not forget, it's not like they weren't trying at all. Pogba was benched for his last 4 games under Mourinho, right? And our qualities aren't exactly defensive. And so if we're playing in our own half, it's like, how are we expecting to score goals, right? So it's not as if they're not trying for him, because they were. We were like 4th or 5th in terms of most goals scored. It's just we weren't playing to our strengths. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame the players.
Mourinho was trying to do what Guardiola does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
He sticks with his
you
tactic
can't-
no matter what.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter what the other team does, he will stick to his tactic and win the game. Mourinho does that, but it doesn't work. He didn't have the players to make it
Yeah,
work.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
needed to get, if he was going to do that, Mourinho needs to, he's got a tactic where it literally has to start from the back.
Yeah,
You need a defence.
But why was it so different from last season? We kept the most clean sheets last season,
I know.
but now we've conceded the 4th most goals.
Yeah.
It seems still the same defence, no one's changed, but it's just we conceded more goals. So it can't be that the defence, because last year we had the same defence. It's just got to be something within the club.
Yeah, but then don't forget we've also been attacking more. We've been scoring way more goals than last season under Mourinho. We've sort of opened up our defence a bit to attack, but that's invited pressure onto us, and then you see those cracks start to get. Because remember how boring our football was last season. Except for the 4-1s,
Yeah.
except for the 4-1s at the start, we were really bad last season.
Yeah.
We just got over the line because all the other teams didn't turn up.
I mean, let's not always look at it from a negative point of view. I think we have to give OLE and Solskjaer some credit here.
Yeah.
I think first United managed to win 6 out of 6 games, first 6.
Yeah.
He proved himself against not disrespect them, but the lower ranked sides. He running the FA Cup as well, and now he has proven against a big team in Spurs that they can perform. Do you think he has the potential to become the permanent manager, or do you still want someone like, I don't know, Southgate's been involved now as a Dan, or do you just prefer?
I'd rather him get the job personally from a Tottenham point of view, just make sure Pochettino stays. I don't think he'll go anyway, but I think if he keeps it up, improves it, why not?
Yeah.
Just give him a chance.
I think he should stay.
I mean,
Yeah,
when
big managers.
when was the last time Man United had a manager where it actually meant something to the club? I think Scholes said it a while ago. He said we get a lot of clubs now get managers that actually mean something to them about experience. So you know he's going to do anything possible because he loves the club.
Yeah, I'd keep him. Because did it with Alex Ferguson. He was at Aberdeen, wasn't he?
Yeah.
You just brought him in. Finished 14th first season, I think.
Yeah, he was struggling and he had to win a trophy,
Won the FA
luckily, and
Yeah.
if he didn't win it, he was gone.
Jack, what do you think? I'm quite interested.
I don't see why not.
Poch or Solskjaer, if you had to pick right now.
Right now, I don't see why you don't give him a job.
Right.
What he's doing, he's transformed what they were to what they are now. I don't see why not. To be honest, I think if it's definitely if we get into the top 4.
Oh yeah, he's got to get
that's
it.
everyone's
He's
expectations.
got to get it. You
Reached.
were literally done out, and then
Even
you're
if
back in.
even if this season, even if we, from when he pointed, the whole season was going bad.
Yeah.
If it stayed the same, okay, it was going bad anyway. But if it got better, that's just a bonus.
Yeah.
And it's got much better. So we're 11 points with Arsenal. We went on a 22-game unbeaten streak, and we had the worst start to a Premier League season ever. And we're 11 points because of him. So I don't see why you don't give him the job.
That's good. Speaking of Arsenal, another loss now to the hands of West Ham, who haven't been us at home since 2006.
Yeah.
You were
So
poor. They were so poor.
from our point of view, it is part on Emery because he's had time now, like, to figure out at least his main side. He's still rotating from back 4 to back 5. One of our best players this season, Torreira, constantly is now getting benched.
Yeah.
And there's obviously like this defensive issue as well with Koscielny, whose career's finished now because he can't even jump properly without like injuring his knee. You've got Mustafi, who's just the biggest liability in the world. He'll have one good game a season where he scores a header, leaves a clean sheet, and the rest of the season he's done. Socrates I am pleased with, to be honest, because he does his defensive duties. We were going well with Holding, to be fair, but until that injury. But and now we have this whole problem with the board as well, with Kroenke saying, or like Emery saying as well, that we can only sign loan players. The reports are that saying we don't have enough money because we spent too much.
You know, you bring in one of the most amounts of money in
Exactly.
the league because you stadium.
3 million per year.
Yeah.
The most expensive
from
season
per game,
ticket
sorry.
holder, and
Yeah.
the season ticket
Yeah.
sells out every year.
Exactly. 3 million per game that we earn from home games because of like club revenue and stuff like that.
If that don't change, you're just going to continue going
But the thing is,
down.
they've said we spent too much money. Torreira, 20 something million.
Yeah.
Leno, same amount. Socrates, I think, was cheaper than that.
How much was Aubameyang?
Aubameyang, January, like 60 mil.
Which is a
He's
bargain.
well
Which is a
classed.
bargain
The thing is
for
though,
Aubameyang.
We're a top 6 side. We get all that revenue from Europa League as well if we get to semi-finals. Every week we get this Premier League revenue as well from TV sponsors as well.
Yeah.
Where's all that money going then? Because Kroenke obviously owns a
Yeah.
NFL team as well,
Yeah,
who are currently doing well.
It's going into his
But
pocket.
I don't see how he can say, okay, only loan players. You can't sign a class player on loan. Because we're obviously going for a top 4. Like,
I think
finish.
he's looking more at the business side of keeping the club together instead of actually improving it.
Like,
He's got the American football team
Yeah.
that you said are doing well. Then we're more likely to invest more money and more time into that, which is stupid because if you own 2 businesses then you don't improve one and leave the other. You know, loan players is stupid because let's say you did get a player that you really wanted on loan, like for instance Dennis Suarez or something. He came to you for like the rest of the season loan or whatever, and then he went off and then there was no buyout clause and you tried to buy him but another team that liked him more, gave a bit more money. You lose a player that was potentially very good at your club, but you've decided to put him on loan instead of.
that's the thing that, like, I'm not Emery's biggest fan, if I'm honest. I was always a bit like, skeptical when he first came in, but
You lost that 4-0 lead, didn't you, in the Champions League?
yeah.
Which
but
is.
that's the thing that, like, there's certain things that you can like almost put the blame on him, like the tactics in game. But this is something that I think needs to be sorted from higher up. Because if he can't sign the players that he needs, he can't really do much about that. Like, because this defense is not good right now. But that's the thing, it can be improved now. That's why I don't like Emery as much. Because he needs to play to the strengths of his players. Kolasinac, class left wing back, but he can't play left back.
Yeah.
He's not like defensively as good as he's like bombing
And
forward.
you're putting Aubameyang, I'm sorry, he is a world class player, but
Exactly.
you are
He's not a
wasting
winger.
it.
He
He
is a
can't
striker.
play on the wing.
Exactly.
He can't.
And I think like he's now playing Xhaka and Guendouzi, who are both like more attacking central midfielders. Like Xhaka, he's not a defender. He can't defend. He just plays balls forward, and Guendouzi runs with it.
Yeah.
Like, Torreira's been signing this season for us.
Yeah, I said to
100%.
you that he is your best player.
Exactly.
You
And
could argue Aubameyang, but the fact that Torreira was, you can see is the difference from last season to this season, and now he keeps being on the bench. I know there was like people said there's something to do like fitness, but he just had a whole week. He's going to be fine. He's a
Yeah.
professional athlete.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
fine.
And he's quite young as well.
And
Yeah.
you've just lost Ramsey, which is.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Yeah, you're playing a
We
guy.
gave
that
him the
you're
contract
losing.
as well. We gave him the contract. He's about to accept it. Then a club to go away.
I don't get that because he's world class. Like he deserves to be at that club.
Exactly.
It would be a massive miss for you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like I'm not sure if Emery had anything to do with it, but the thing is, like, he's still at the club. Him and Ozil are probably our 2 most creative players. Ozil's not in the squad for some reason, and Ramsey's been benched. Like, I don't understand from what type of point of view he's not starting either of them. West Ham game, we lacked creativity lost. Brighton game, lacked creativity, got a draw, which we should be easily winning. Like, the other situation, he's had, according to Emery, illnesses, back problems, knee problems. This week, trained every single week full training because like 5 players came back in full training. Him, Bayern, Mavropanos, I think Jenkins might come back as well. Like, how could you not play someone who we all know is world class? Obviously, he's a bit inconsistent, but like,
How's he not even on a bench? He wasn't
Exactly,
even a forward.
exactly.
18.
I don't understand how he is like, getting treated like this. And to be honest, I didn't see him staying at the club. If I'm honest, and that's another big loss for us. Because if he leaves, say this summer, and we still don't have the money to buy anyone, our only creative player left is Xhaka.
He's not even.
Exactly. So that's like the
Yeah.
recipe for Europa League.
Yeah. If that.
Yeah. So I don't understand what you have to do now.
Well, you're clearly not backing. If the board actually backed Emery, he'd actually be allowed to spend. So clearly, it's showing that he's not getting the backing from the board. So maybe there's a possibility of him not keeping his job.
I mean, Emery's not a good manager in my opinion.
Mm.
I mean, you could say, oh yeah, he won 3 back-to-back Europa Leagues, but that means he got knocked out of Champions League group stage twice in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, he was the cheap option in my opinion. There are other managers out there that we could have gone this summer. We went for the cheap one.
Like who though?
Yeah, who would
Who
you
have
The
got?
thing is though, okay, the non-managers are actually available, but we're Arsenal Football Club, we're a big team. We could easily tempt a manager away from their current job. But we just don't want to
But
do
if
that.
you're not paying the prices for players, why are you going to pay the prices
Exactly.
for managers?
Yeah,
That's the problem. I'm saying the board's the problem. We need to sort that out.
You get 300 million minimum a season.
Exactly.
Not gonna lie, it's gonna be 300 million minimum. Because if you're finishing top 6, you get 200 million. That's not a lie. You always
Yeah.
get 200 million.
I mean, that's the thing, like Fulham spent over 100 million in transfer window. And like the Arsenal board have the like decency to say, oh, we have the money. They just got promoted from the championship. Like, how can you say as a top 6 side, oh, we have the money?
Yeah, and you got a good stadium now.
Exactly,
bringing-
yeah.
You got the highest paid tickets available.
Yeah. Realistically, you lot should be getting the sort of backing in the transfer market that Sarri's been getting. Like, he's been saying, oh, I want 2 new midfielders. Then you're linked with Barella, Paredes as well.
Yeah.
He didn't want Fabregas. Fabregas is gone. He's getting that backing. So even if he's been questionable at times, he's still getting backed.
He's missing out the fact. I like sorry, but the fact that he always plays Jorginho no matter what freaks me
Yeah.
out because there's sometimes like against Tottenham, Jorginho played awful, but he still played the next game. But if, for instance, Kovacic or Barkley didn't play as well against like Tottenham, they would have been straight out of the squad.
Yeah, it's because,
Yeah, yeah.
It's because of his
That's the same
when he
with
was at Napoli.
Mourinho this season. Matic.
Exactly.
Last season was decent. This season awful,
Same thing.
but still played every
But
game.
it's because in the previous club he knows
Yeah,
what he can
yeah.
do. So he's
Pogba
just
played a bad game.
yeah.
Out. Martial out for weeks. Rashford out for weeks. But Lukaku, Matic played one bad game. Played every game.
I mean, we'll go to transfers now. Talk about Jorginho. I think most possibly in Europe there's no assists. Do you want someone like, obviously Chelsea's all striker talk, Higuain, Icardi, there's Callum Wilson for a while, and I think that's been rejected. Would you rather like, do you want to get another centre mid as well to go in there, or are you happy to stay with him?
I mean, the centre mids are right at the moment. I mean, I don't think there's anything that really needs to change too much. We've got Kante, Jorginho, an option between Barkley and Kovacic, and Loftus-Cheek's only out on injury for a bit. He's got a bit of an injury. I mean, that's not something that I'd focus on more than anything. I think defensively we need to focus on
Is
a
it?
bit more.
Your defence is really strong.
Yeah,
I
second
don't
most
think it's
clean
strong.
sheets.
It's like
You conceded 16.
yeah. And I mean,
Your defence is
Your
really
attack
good.
is
It's
shocking.
you need a striker. That's your
it's
problem.
like David Luiz. I don't like him. The way he played
You've got
against
the second
Tottenham.
most
I'd
clean
happily
sheets.
take him. I'd happily take him.
You got more clean sheets than.
I know, but I just
Yeah.
there is something I don't know if it, like against Tottenham.
No, I don't like him. I don't think he's
I
good
think
enough.
the thing is I don't want to have a team or at least the defence that crumble. Like Tottenham came at us ridiculously like strong. Like they pressured us for like a good 30 minutes and then kind of laid off. But like even then, like, David Luiz was jumping out of the way of the balls and stuff like that. I want a defence that's solid in the way that everyone works together and everyone's like has a bit more motivation. And at the moment, it just seems like David Luiz knows he's going to play.
But you're not going to get that every single game.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
I
see
know,
that
but
ball David Luiz played on the weekend. The Pedro.
Mm.
That's what he brings you.
Yeah.
That long cross for the ball.
I don't know, it's just don't like him.
And do you think he's the biggest weakness in your team?
The biggest weakness is the striker.
Exactly.
But going back to striker situation, as an Arsenal fan, I know what you're going to do. I think he's proven himself as a Premier League goal scorer. Why is he not starting those games?
If
Yeah,
you
but-
play to his strengths.
Yeah,
when
exactly.
you played him, you never went wide and crossed him.
Mm.
When they play him, they never go wide and cross
Exactly.
him.
So you have this striker. So why doesn't Surrey use him to his best ability instead of playing Hazard, Pedro, William, 3 wingers?
So it's-
It might be the way he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Managers.
you don't want to play cross the ball in. So
Exactly.
he's the last 15 minutes if they need a goal.
Remember who Sarri had it last
Yeah.
week? We had Mertens, Insigne,
Yeah.
Pure
and
pace.
Callaghan.
They're all small players.
Small
that-
quick.
And that's
Yeah.
that's how it, when you're a manager and you get like your first team like sorry is Napoli and you're successful with it, you're not gonna stop using that for the other things because you think it's gonna be successful for others. So he's gonna keep to himself, you know.
But the thing is, it can be successful with
Yeah.
Chelsea. They just don't have a striker.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine if you have Hazard on the left, right, and you actually play someone like Icardi in the middle, or Higuain.
I'm gonna have to get a card in.
Yeah.
It would be too hard.
Striker
for
option.
Everyone has price.
Yeah.
There was actually something interesting about Cardi, but
Oh, exciting job.
going to stay with Chelsea for a bit without Hudson-Odoi situation.
Oh,
Six-
yeah.
I think he's going to buy him.
6
You
million
really
depends on.
You really need to keep him.
I don't
He is
think
so
he'll
good.
go. I think because Bayern Munich have a problem not having many wingers at the moment, or like Ribery and Robin leaving. But like, I don't think he'll go. I think that because he's not guaranteed. Yes, he's not guaranteed to start at Chelsea, but I think Sarri's starting to play him more and he's getting
Yeah,
a bit more
because he's-
involved. Because
because
he
he's
wants to
gonna
stay.
go.
I mean, it's a very big
Once
process.
the
for a 17
once the
year
transfer window closes, which you won't see Hudson-Odoi as much as you are now,
100%.
just because he wants him to stay, so he thinks, oh yeah, I'm playing you.
Yeah, I see what Bayern are doing.
Yeah.
With Ribery and Robin,
They need.
then back up
they need,
Nabry and Coman, and back up to that is
I mean, Ribery and Robin seem to be leaving this summer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this
and
is
they'll
that.
use Robin and Ribery as mentors for Nabry and Coman, and use that for Hudson-Odoi and the Canadian they got,
Yeah, Davies.
Davies.
Alphonso Davis.
Yeah.
That's out for like 20-30 years.
Yeah. I mean, going back to that Cardi situation, his wife and agent also said, we have a very good relationship with the 2 biggest clubs in Spain. We're going to see my Barca and Real Madrid. They also said we are, there's also interest from a club in France and a club in England. You can only assume the club in England is Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Roman Abramovich has like publicly said that he is interested in him and he will try the hardest. But the thing is, like you said to me, but he's very invested in the club,
Mm.
and like I think it's something that's very dear to his heart. And like you've seen it with Messi and like, Totti. If people who are usually very invested in the club, if they have that mindset, they will stay. And whether he does or not, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I think Chelsea, if they can't get him, they need to look for someone a bit more, because like it was the same with like when Drogba was getting older, Chelsea bought Torres because they were like, oh yeah, but then he wasn't good. But then after that, it took us how long to get Costa and stuff like that, and there was like with Chelsea, it's always a striker problem. Like since Didier Drogba, it's been a striker problem. Then we got Costa, and then after that, it's a striker problem again. And you just need, I think Chelsea need if they can convert Hazard into the centre forward, yeah, that's good. But what if he leaves? Then we're left with nothing. We're left with no wingers. Maybe Pulisic, William, and all that. But then they're not as.
William
won't-
Pedro
He
get
won't
him.
be.
Yeah.
He won't be there next season, so it's pointless saying that. There's no way he'll stay at Chelsea another season.
Yeah.
You see it-
Especially if you don't
Did
get
you see it in the
Champions
Tottenham game? Every time Cameron was on him, he'd like pass it to someone and they'd mess up. And you just get so frustrated. It's like he's just had enough.
League.
He's too good for Chelsea. He needs to be at someone like Real Madrid need him.
Yeah,
They
Real Madrid
need
would
that
take him.
player. That is the signing for them. They have to
Yeah.
go for him.
I mean, if we jump down the table a little to West Ham, it seems like United is leaving. I think we also got a top 6 team here. I think he's like top 6 quality. United, he's a
He's
strong.
fine,
I don't
Would
well,
he, yeah, but would he start in any of the top 6 teams
He
except
wouldn't.
from Chelsea?
I don't think he'd start at Chelsea either.
Yeah, no, he would because they ain't got
I mean,
got
he's
striker.
strong, fast, he can finish.
They said about
really.
Man United this, but I don't think he'll get in Man United.
He doesn't suit us anymore. Maybe under Jose, but
Yeah.
our entire attack is based off pace now.
Yeah, that's why Lukaku hasn't had a sniff.
Exactly.
So, would you think do you think China's the right move for him to just like get money and leave, or do you
Well,
think
I
he's
think
staying in
that
country?
China's usually where players go at the end of their career. Like,
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
done.
He's
Like
still-
Carrasco went for the money and he went. He
No,
then.
he doesn't
she-
want it. He
no,
wants to
no,
come back.
Yeah, now he wants to leave and go back to like he was in.
Yeah.
refusing
What's
to
wrong
go
with the
to-
money they're already getting? Like, I
Exactly.
understand
They
if you're at
get
the
a
end
lot.
of your career, right? I get that they get more, but if you're at the end of your career and you feel like you can't compete at the biggest level, okay, go like have a holiday in like China basically, stay there for a couple of seasons, get as much money as you can. But if you're like coming up to your prime,
Yeah.
you want to be in like Champions League and everything. No one go China.
Yeah.
It's just like attitude problems. With
Yeah.
Carrasco, I was told he was attitude problems.
Yeah, he has attitude
Men-
problems
mentally
as well.
he's not like determined or something.
Yeah.
I think Ronaldo just determined. I think
He wants
seems-
more than what
He
West Ham
claims
wants.
he wants to go for the trophies, but no one goes trying for the trophies. You want trophies,
Yeah,
you go to
100%.
you stay in the same league or to go to a bigger club. You don't go to China. So is this like happening too often now? They're just going for the money.
You know what? He did come out and say like a couple months ago, I want to play in the Champions League. I want to be a part of the top four. I think it's just the thought that maybe he can't. It's just not going to happen. So he thinks, well, I've had enough West Ham. I'm going to get money
Yeah.
because he has no.
Yeah,
other
he
option.
wants to stay
That's
there
a
for a
small-minded
season or two and
approach.
try and get back
Yeah.
to Champions
It's a
League.
small-minded approach.
Yeah,
to
I know
football,
it
and
is,
if you love football and everything, you keep trying.
That's an attitude someone could have.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't really have that long left in his career. He's
Yeah, I know,
29
but he's
now.
29.
He's
Yeah,
29.
he's in his prime.
He's in his
Yeah.
prime.
But I still wouldn't, if I was him, kind of look around a bit more, make it a bit more apparent that I want to leave, see if any clubs want me, and then kind of maybe look towards going to China if no one did.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that there'll be teams that will want him. Like in Germany, they've got 3 teams. You've got Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund. I think it's like Hoffenheim that got into it. Like teams like that, I know they're not the greatest, but if he wants to play Champions League football, going to a team like that that aren't fantastically good, but they're a team that would still get into it and you just did have that.
People say they want to play in the Champions League, but it's just not about playing. They say they want to play, but they want to win it.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to a team that's going to be get knocked down, going to Europa League.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's just 2 types of players. Players who play football,
'Cause they like
play
it.
to be the best,
Yeah,
Play
or
for
money.
yeah.
That's how it usually is.
I mean, one thing I was a bit shocked about was when Moussa Dembele went to China for 7 million.
We've not gone
Yeah.
there, but
It seems-
basically, why people are confused by that. I was confused, but then I thought about it first. 1, he's old. 2, he's got injury problems. 3, when he is fit, he can't even play the full match.
Yeah.
And 4, he's at the end of his contract.
Oh,
At the end of the
To be
season.
fair, it does work out.
Yeah. See, that is the move for him. Because he said last year, I don't want to, I think he wanted Tottenham to sell him because he loves the club and he feels like he can't do the job he used to anymore. He feels like his body's just given up on him.
Yeah.
And we've had to use him a bit until he got injured. But yeah, I think that's the best move for him.
Yeah. But that's different because he's not at his prime.
Yeah.
Arnautovic is in his prime.
See, his body's like catching up with him now because he's getting
Yeah.
injuries. So if he goes to like somewhere like China, it'd probably be better for his body and let alone you get more money.
Exactly.
Yeah, good, fair enough. We'll move on to our predictions now for the upcoming league games. I think now you've got them.
Yeah, somewhere. Well, first one, City, Wolves.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
start, Jack. We'll just go around.
That's still part of this.
That's
game,
still this
but-
game.
But
Alright, we'll skip City Wolves then.
Yeah.
I think start with the next week's top 30.
Wolves, Leicester.
Okay, start with you. Go around. Just say win, loss, or draw, and a score prediction as well.
I think that's a draw. I think Wolves,
It's a tough one.
when Wolves play the bigger sides, they turn their game on. You saw they beat Tottenham, drew to us, drew to City,
Beat Chelsea.
I think beat Chelsea,
Draw Arsenal as well.
drew Arsenal, and
1 against us. in the
Yeah,
FA
they've gone at least a point against
Yeah.
every top 6 team this year.
then they've struggled against
The weaker.
the weaker
so-called
sides.
is that-
But Leicester, they are a good
They're a
side.
weird team.
Yeah.
They're
They're good and
inconsistent,
they're
but
not.
they're a good team. So I see that being a 1-1 draw maybe.
Personally, I think Leicester will win it because last year Wolves haven't been great against the lower sides as it is. I mean, Leicester aren't the lowest sides, but I think after that Southampton loss as well, I mean, a Southampton team is not doing too well. I think they'll want to win this game more now. I think they're due a win now, so I think 2-0 Leicester.
I'll go for a 0-0 draw.
Tell he's Man United.
Yeah.
I was going to go with a draw, but I think I'm going to go with a 2-1 Wolves win.
So,
Yeah.
I also think 2-1 Wolves. I think they definitely have. Because Raul Jimenez is.
It's a tight game.
It is a tight game, but I
That
think
can
the
go
Wolves
anyway.
might just edge over.
It
because they
literally
are
is.
better. I think
Wolves
Wolves are a
are
better
better.
It's
side.
about who turns up, because they're so similar.
I think
Yeah.
Wolves are a better side.
Yeah.
I'll go with Wolves 2-0.
Okay. Next game.
Next game is Bournemouth West Ham.
Goals.
I hate.
They're-
You can't predict Bournemouth.
Yeah, they're so open.
They'll either
They-
win like 4-0 or lose 4-0.
They're
You just
so,
don't know.
they've got no defence. They can
Yeah.
attack, but they've got
Where is
no
it?
defence. It's
Bournemouth,
that
so-
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Jack?
Honestly,
With
3-1 West Ham.
West Ham are so
I'm
inconsistent.
gonna say 3-1 West Ham.
I'm going to similar 2-1 West Ham. I think Felipe Anderson will take him through.
I think because West Ham won at Arsenal, Bournemouth will win
Yeah,
3-0.
I have a feeling that'll happen. Not
That's
3-0.
just the Premier League for you. It'll be 3-0 West Ham. No, 3-0 Bournemouth.
I'm going 2-1 Bournemouth. I have a feeling they'll beat them.
I mean, I think Callum Wilson is still injured, so that
Oh,
could be
yeah.
a defining factor.
How long is he out for?
He said it was like minor.
Yeah,
So
he might be back for this game,
maybe be
but
out for this week.
he didn't play a
Yeah,
single
after.
minute. Yeah, he didn't play a single minute on the
Oh, I might change then. Because that's a big deal. Who have they got without Callum Wilson?
Josh
Yeah, but
That Moose
That's
say
it,
something
yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
Solanke now.
Oh,
But he's
Solanke,
injured
he
actually.
ain't gonna do
Yeah.
He's
nothing.
not fully fit.
He's injured.
And
Uh,
he's got Klein
David
as well.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Good delivery.
I
Fraser.
found bad in his debut there.
JFA Cup game.
Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah, I'll stay with that 2-1 Bournemouth.
Take your time, man.
I'm thinking. Because I don't know.
He's playing for
I
the
think it'll be a
Davies,
draw. But I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking either 2-2 or 3-2.
Oh,
I don't think
I think
it'll be
3-0
a
might be in too many goals, but then I think 2 is a bit more. That's I'll go with 2-1.
But drew 3-0 to Watford.
I think we
Like, a couple
two-
weeks
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I was thinking. So I might just go. I'll go 2-1 to be
Yeah,
safe.
I'll be same with them.
With a draw.
2-1.
Yeah.
Cool.
Liverpool Palace.
Oh.
3-0. Maybe 5.
I mean, when you think this game, I always think that all those memories of
Oh,
Suarez crying and White Dale
that was
scoring.
that was the best.
It's
moment of
pointless
my
3-0 because they're going to win it.
Jack, what do you think?
I think they will win it, but Crystal Palace, if Liverpool don't score early, then it will be hard for them to score later on. I think once Crystal Palace concede early, then that's when the floodgates open for them. But if they get through the first half 0-0, then it could be tight. But I see Liverpool winning this 1 or 2-0.
Yeah, I'm over 2 in Liverpool. I don't think Palace have that attacking threat. So I'm saying now, Wilfried Zaha's overrated. And
Okay, then.
I just think
I think he is
he needs-
overrated.
I think he is as well. But
I think he's getting service, he's just not good enough in my opinion.
I think he's wasted us up front.
Yeah,
But
why
he's
is he
one
up
of the-
front?
He's one of the best wingers. in the league.
He's
you don't
brilliant
have a
with
striker.
that.
Benteke, Donkey, Wickham.
He's
League
injured.
one at best.
Yeah.
What else do they
That
have?
is so
Zaha on the
bad.
wings, so
We
good.
went for Zaha, they'll be getting
Who's
relegated.
that other striker they
100%.
got?
Are you?
Sort
And then
he's
Swallows out on
he's
loan
gone
as
down
well.
the line.
Sort of, he's crap. And
Yeah.
Jordan
are
Ayew.
you?
Yeah, so
I wouldn't count Palace out though. I'll say 1-0 Palace. Just because I want Liverpool to lose.
Oh,
But I wouldn't count them out.
it's like a point.
1-0 or a 0-0. They can keep a clean sheet.
That's a pointless prediction right now.
Yeah. Go on, Tom.
I'll go with 2-0 Liverpool.
1-0 Palace.
Yes.
I think they're good.
You're mental.
They're a good side.
Look how they
You're
played against you.
mental.
They really, they should have beat you.
Oh, come off it.
You literally, was it? Was it?
It don't even matter if they nearly beat. This is Liverpool.
I just the way they played the other day.
Remember, we only conceded 3 times at home.
The way you played
Don't
the
forget now
other
you've
day.
got Fabinho at centre back.
He's
Right.
solid.
He's been playing
Gomez
well.
and Matt will be back for that game.
Joe Gomez is solid.
There you go. That's quite
I
good.
don't know. The way you played the other day, it just wasn't convincing me. If you play like
Did
that,
you win?
yeah.
You're away at
You won
back,
from a
though.
penalty.
Yeah, to be fair, Brighton have been good at home, so
yeah, they're a different team.
to grind out a 1-0 at
Yeah.
Brighton is
I
pretty
think
good.
Brighton are better than Palace.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily better.
At home.
Palace.
At home.
But if you were to play the same way, you could quite easily do that game.
Yeah, we're at home.
You know,
And
yeah.
it's 3 o'clock, will be
Yeah.
alright.
I think Palace are Liverpool's bogey team. We're going to go for a Palace win.
Palace will win
I
that.
think they were a bogey team,
I
but they're
think
not, I don't think they are anymore.
we'll see.
So,
We're winning.
3-0 Liverpool.
3 to 5 now.
Okay, alright.
So that Napoli beat it.
So United, Brighton, Jack.
Brighton, you know.
Do you think?
I think it won't be the best game, but
Yeah,
I
that's
think
gonna be sloppy again.
we just come off a win against Tottenham, and everyone will be hyped, and this game won't live up to it. Everyone thinking might be winning this 3-4-0, but I won't be surprised if it's 1 or 2 late goal nil. Do you know, yeah?
I'm going to go 4-0 United. I think Pogba will have probably one of the best games I can see happening. Because the Brighton's midfield, they try hard, but when there's actual quality there, I don't think they're just not good enough to compete. I think with Pogba just playing those balls behind Rashford, Martial, even Lukaku, Lingard, when they come on, I think it'll be a walkover for them, 4-0.
Can I just say, this is the perfect example of the OLE effect, right? If we were predicting that sort of game when Mourinho was in charge, no one would have dared say more than 2-0. I got 4-0 predictions for United. I'm going to say, because we've been going through different tests, I think we're going to go behind in this one. And this will be a comeback win, 3-2 United.
I'm going with I think Man United still got problems. I think yesterday just papers over cracks again.
Yeah.
But they look better than what they were. It just shows you how bad they actually were. And I will go with a 3-1 Man United win.
3-1 Man United.
I would like a draw, because it's United, I don't like them.
No,
It'll be
that's
2-0.
Like a
United.
loss.
Newcastle, Cardiff, interesting one.
Cardiff.
I hate Cardiff.
I think Newcastle got it.
I think Cardiff.
I think Newcastle are a very underrated team. They've been causing the big teams problems all this season.
Cardiff's best player is Patterson.
And he's a fullback.
Yeah, they're playing up
He's
front.
naturally a fullback.
He's a right back, but they play him
Because
up
they got basically no strikers.
And they play their only striker, Bobby Reed,
Yeah.
in midfield.
He's not.
Oh, Neil Warnock, he's just something else.
So Jack, what are you thinking of that? Newcastle at home as well.
0-0. 0-0.
Nah.
Nah.
I think it'll be
Yeah.
1-0 Newcastle.
Nah.
Yeah, there'll be
The
a
amount of
late,
nil-
there'll be a late 1-0 win. on that.
Newcastle got so many 0-0s at home.
I think it's a 0-0 in the
Where
reverse
should
issue
be
as
a
well.
crap game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one has to watch Newcastle this season.
I'll go 1-0 Newcastle. I think Jose Perez could win it.
Yeah, I'll say 2-1 Newcastle.
I'm going with 1-1.
1-0 Cardiff.
1-0 as well.
Next one, it'll be a tough one to call. Southampton, Everton.
Southampton.
I think Everton
What do you
will win
think?
Yeah.
The
I'll
new
back it
managers
for that.
Change things
Classic
around.
Mitchell.
And because Danny, I'll back it any day.
that. Yeah.
But
Everton are not the tough one to
Mm.
predict.
I
Yeah,
They're
iffy.
weird.
That's-
Them, West Ham, Leicester, Wolves. They're all weird
I think
teams.
it'll be 2-1 Southampton, to be honest.
Oh, I don't.
Who's at home?
Southampton.
I won't see that.
I see it. Pretty sure it's whether it happened. I see it happening.
They're quite strong at home.
I could see Everton winning it very easy. as well,
Easy.
but I
They're
think
not
they
the
do.
same team.
Yeah.
But with, like, I know Luke Digne is a left back and everything, but
He's so good.
he brings such a threat like at the front as well.
Yeah.
His
Okay.
delivery.
Yeah, like the way he was, I think it was yesterday. He played
Yeah,
amazing.
but that manager is so overrated because I looked at it yesterday. They played the wrong line. They got who is it up front? How are you playing Richarlison up front?
They've got no one else to put
Yeah,
up
but
front.
you got Tosin. Just put him on.
Tosin-
They're
Tosin is
booting
big.
it up the
Not
field,
Tosin.
and he can't hold on to it. You got Tosin on the bench. If you're gonna do that,
I think
Calvert
Calvert Lewin's quite good as well.
and then
Calvert
Bernard,
Lewin.
oh, he's so bad.
Who?
Bernard,
No, Bernard is.
no,
I don't think
he's,
he just
he's
likes that final ball.
terrible. He's got
Yeah.
no ability.
No, it's not. He does.
No, he
He just
doesn't.
doesn't have the final ball.
Yeah.
No,
No, he's a
He's
good
He
not
player.
rips
good
teams
enough.
apart when
He is a good
dribbles.
player.
no, I disagree. I think he's got no ability.
Everton just won one of those inconsistent teams. You don't know whether they'll
Let's
turn
go
up
for
or
it.
not.
I just think you guys had the wrong team.
Got quickly, what's your prediction?
2-1 Southampton.
I'm going 1-0 Everton.
4-3 Everton.
I'm gonna go 2-1 Everton.
2 Everton.
2-1 Southampton.
Watford, Burnley.
Oh, that's another weird
That's
one.
Oh, you
probably
won.
I think Watford would win that.
Yeah,
Watford have been
will win
good.
that.
Being
Burnley.
held from the weekend.
I think
Burnley went from last year having one of the best seasons to just.
Burnley
So
won.
bad.
They can't do the same.
They're
Burnley
so
won
lucky.
without scoring, without having a shot on target.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's all on Fulham. Fulham
By
are just
2
something
goals.
Yeah,
different. 2
How
goals.
does that happen?
2
I
goals.
think,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just not great from either side, really.
The Doy just loves to score.
I
Yeah.
think it'll be 3-0 Watford.
I'm going similar. 3-0 Watford.
I'm gonna go 1-0 Burnley
You have to be here for Cleans.
because everyone expects Burnley to lose. You just know they're gonna win, just because of that.
They've done it before. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But I wouldn't predict that. I'm gonna go with 3-1 Watford. Gonna go with team that'll get it done.
3-0 Watford.
I'm going to go 2-1 Burnley.
When they do it, Burnley can keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
If
They're so negative, but it actually can work.
When they're so resilient, they're very good at defending.
Burnley are on form. They've won their last 4 games.
Yeah.
And it caused also some problems, to be fair, with that long ball to hooks or
Yeah.
Bonds.
And that new kid they've got playing, McNeil.
Yeah.
Who?
I don't even know. McNeil, some Irish kid. They've been playing well.
So next game,
The big one.
me versus Jay. I'm going to propose you a deal. Arsenal win.
I'll wear an Arsenal shirt.
Next week, show you wear an Arsenal top.
I'll wear an Arsenal
Chelsea
shirt.
win, I'll wear one.
Never wear an Arsenal.
Why don't you do that? Go on.
No, go for it.
Okay.
I can't do
Are you
it.
confident in your team?
Huh?
Are you
confident in your
confident?
team?
No, that's not
To
it's
beat
fine.
You'll
Arsenal.
win.
Arsenal.
Yeah, but I'm not wearing an Arsenal shirt. I don't trust our team now.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
Because there's been times in the past where I went into a game really confident, they beat us 3.
Fine, only like 10 people
Just
watch
do
it,
it,
it's
Jay.
fine. Only like 10 people watch.
No, this one last one got 83 views. So
No,
Jay is fine. Just shake
No,
hands.
there's no way I'm putting an Arsenal shirt. Ever. I hate that. No.
You're so boring.
come on, for the views.
He'll wear it. Do the deal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
that's
Deal's
it.
done.
Deal?
Yeah, do the deal.
You can't back out now.
Jay, look.
You're wearing it for 45 minutes, bro.
Fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
start with the predictions then, Jack.
oh, fuck. I don't know where that's off at. I hate Arsenal.
I think Arsenal are poor, but
What if it's a draw?
You need to wear one.
Fine. Janelle will
You'll
go
probably be
fine.
happy, bro.
they're in half and half.
Yeah, I'll wear half and half.
Who's at home? Arsenal.
Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal at home.
They have been poor, but I think
They're
If
good
they
against
play-
the big
if
teams.
they play a good lineup, they could pull out a result.
They're good against teams like Tottenham.
What's the lineup
Chelsea
that
and
you're
Man United.
predicting for your team?
I think 2-1 Arsenal.
I think we'll win 2-0.
You know what? It depends about what the lineup you're
Yeah,
getting
that's
out.
the thing. I said this as well. The
Our
lineup.
lineup's predictable.
So I think it'll be Leno in goal, and I think he'll stick to 5 at the back with Mustafi.
Last time we played you, we were all over you within the first 35 minutes.
Yeah,
and then the last
we had
10
the
minutes.
5
Like,
minutes.
you had that last 10 minutes where you
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't have Hazard on that game.
Yeah,
We played Hazard. I think we put Hazard on the 60th minute
yeah.
and Kovacic at the same time, and they made a massive difference. I think Kovacic and Hazard, I think because Hazard like played with each other, like, and then they obviously played the ball in and this and that. I think Alonso scored.
Yeah.
But like, I think like Chelsea's lineup, I think will be very predictable. I think it will be the
Yeah.
same defence, like obviously same keeper. Kovacic should probably get in over Barkley this week.
Yeah, that's in
And I honestly think that he'll start with the 3 with Hazard, Pedro, and William, and because I just feel like there's not going to be an area. I think
Or you play Giroud and copy what Burnley did. They
I
can't.
don't think that's like Sorry's.
Yeah,
No,
but-
sorry, he's quite
If you
close-minded.
if Arsenal playing a high press and you can't play out, if you play long ball to Hazard, he's not going to hold it up.
at the end of the day, I think
You play Giroud.
it always comes down to who's the better team on the day. I don't think it.
Obviously, every game's like that, Jay.
Yeah, no, of course, but I mean, like, when we face Tottenham, if both teams were playing at full potential, that wouldn't have been as one-sided as it was. But you were like you should be like 5-0 up in the first half, some stupid.
What game were we on about?
The 3-0.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's all down to whether
I think
we're both.
I think Chelsea will win 2-1 because I just think your defence is just not good enough.
You've got Hazard, who's going to be playing the centre forward role.
But Bellerin could be back and he's having a decent season, to be fair. Had a long
I
spell out, but
still don't trust him defensively.
I mean, you've got Hazard.
Don't get me wrong, I think you're going to play well, but I just think Chelsea will edge
They
it.
do like to turn up in the big games.
Yeah, you do.
At
For some
home as well.
reason. Yeah,
When it comes to
Yeah.
London derbies, you turn
they
up.
turn up.
And
It's
then
like we do get like the league final or something. Well, after we beat Spurs, we
And then they lose to West Ham
Yeah.
the week after.
if Hazard turns up that game like properly, and he's given that
Maybe
free role of being centre,
You can't do it on his own.
being that centre forward role and he's thingy, I think if he gets the correct balls input into him and stuff, and he gets opportunities, I think he could absolutely destroy your defence. And
Honestly,
I don't
it
think
would
I'm not
I reckon
confident in
Chelsea.
Leno.
Yeah, no, I think Chelsea will dominate and Arsenal will try and counter attack.
What's
I
the line?
reckon it's going to be defence.
2-2.
Tom?
Just 'cause I won one.
2-1 Chelsea.
Jay?
3-2.
Chelsea.
I want a draw.
No?
I really
Me
want to
too, I think.
I really want a
Draw
draw.
would be perfect for us.
Yeah.
Ahead of Arsenal, 4 of Chelsea.
Arsenal Chelsea have always
That's
been
if
close
you win.
game.
No,
Mm.
No,
Always
always.
a close game.
I mean-
Apart from the 6-0.
Ollie to be the first manager.
That really happened.
7 in a
I
row.
think the Sunday fixtures are fairly straightforward. You've got Huddersfield City and Fulham Tottenham. So we'll just go for score predictions with those. So Huddersfield City, Chuck.
City.
4-1.
I'm going
They
5-0
haven't,
City.
they haven't kept a clean sheet in ages.
Fair enough, I'm going 5-0 City. I don't think Huddersfield had that angle for it.
Yeah, 4-0 City.
4-0.
3-1. City.
You think they'll score?
Yeah.
Don't know.
No, Huddersfield will score. On the strike.
They'll score from a corner.
Don't even
Something
try to say
stupid.
Huddersfield. I know you've been coming
Yeah,
up with
don't
some,
even
a
try.
couple of weird ones.
The mini
it's
club.
fine, but this is too far.
Mini
I
club.
think it'll be Spring 3 now, City.
Yeah.
Okay then. Last one, Fulham Spurs. What do you think?
Spurs will win that. Like
I
3-1.
predict a draw or a loss for Tottenham. I don't think they're winning. I think Fulham will come out.
I think Tottenham you've got a very good defence, and I don't think Fulham haven't got that striking force at all. Then Sessegnon, when he's in front of the goal, he just seems to crumble.
I mean, but
We've got
Mitrovic.
Mitrovic.
Yeah, I know, but
is a good
Mitrovic.
player.
Yeah, but Mitrovic could be.
2-0 Tottenham.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah, I
see
think
Mitrovic getting past the Dungan or whatever.
I think 3-1 Tottenham.
No, I think Tottenham will struggle to score